Okay, so now we have actually returned, and we're gonna go ahead and take these temporary caps off, remove this ductwork, and leave it ready. We also brought the new curbs right here. This is a huge curb for this new 12.5 ton unit. We're gonna leave these up here on site so that the structural people can frame and reinforce the structure to withstand the weight of this new unit. And that's gonna be it for today. Just gonna go ahead and remove this ductwork. Like I said, we got Brian and Tim are down there right now helping with the demoing of that concentric box. And we're also going to do this other ductwork that's here, again from the old Evaps. We're going to go ahead and remove them, take these caps off, take the ductwork out, and then leave the curbs on site for the framers to do the structural change that they need to do. So we'll go ahead and get to it, show y'all what that looks like. We're doing this in multiple steps, so we'll go ahead and get to it. Okay, so here we set the curbs where we are going to want them so that the roofers and the structural guys can come and open up what they need to open up. We're working with them. They have the spec sheets on how the plenums are going to come down and whatnot, so we'll kind of go from there. So that's it for today. Took those other jacks out, as you can see. Come over here to the other one. Here we have the other gigantic curb in, and there's where the old jack for the Evap cooler was, just like the other side. And this will look totally different after the structural guys, framers, and roofers do their part. All right. Okay, so the guys, the roofers, they ended up doing their portion of it already, and the engineering and the framing has been done to withstand the weight. So here we have our supply, and then here we have our return. Electrical still hasn't been done. That's okay. As you see, the roofers did their thing, and they did a pretty good job. So what we're going to do now is just reinforce the curb, put enough screws on, make sure that it withstands the weight of the new unit, and put our ductwork in. So let's go ahead and do it. And I think we're going to do one unit today. Maybe this one or that one, not sure yet. All right, so there is the return ductwork, and we have our supply ductwork now. At least the drops, right? The rest we will finish from down there with a lift, a couple scissor lifts. But this is what the jack looks like now. Now we're going to go ahead and, when the crane gets here, set the new unit in place. Okay, and that is what the ductwork looks like. That's what the engineers came up with. And this one is actually already running. So I know we skipped quite a few steps. I am going to, even though this is what they spec'd out, I am going to shut off this vent at least a little bit to keep some of that warm air from going right back into the return. But this is what they spec'd out, you know. And if for some reason they're not getting enough airflow because of that, then I will recommend that we do a diffuser on the bottom. But this is what they spec'd out, so we're gonna run with it for now. Let's go to the other side. Again, this was a pretty long project. Here's the other one. there's that. It involved framing, it involved roofing, it involved a lot of high voltage, ductwork, obviously. So there's that though. Now let's go look on the roof. Okay, well, there it is. As you can see, these are the 12.5 tons. There's one here, there's one down there where Brian is. And again, this is where the cooler used to be. There's even the old supply that's been disconnected from underneath. It's no longer got any supply inlet. There it is, get a different angle on it. Big old economizer right here. Alright. Because this is a replacement, it's not new construction, we actually didn't have to put in a copper drain. And because of a theft issue that they have in the area, it's probably a good thing that we don't put any type of copper up here at all. So let's go look at the other one real quick. It is running. These are the Symbio systems, so you got to set them up with the app and your phone and whatnot. Alright, so we're wrapping up. We're actually still not 100% done. We got a couple things to tie in, but I need to head out, so we'll just call it quits after this clip. Like for example, here they need to tie into that drain line through there. That should be easy. We got the big old economizers in. Remember, if you're in a place that has a lot of heat source, or if this has a lot of heat load, it's perfectly normal, or it's really actually really recommended, and a lot of times it is a code to put economizers. So for example, if you got a large heat load in this building, instead of cooling it, right, what you could do is just let some of this 40 or 30 degree air from outside into the space, and call it, and use that to cool. So somebody on another video said, so pretty much opening a couple windows, and that's that's a pretty good way to look at it. So there's that. If you recall, this is where the other cooler was. And again, they did all the high voltage because it was 463 phase, and we didn't really want to get into that. So there's that. A couple of the coolers that we reused, or yeah, that's a good way to say it. One of the coolers, sorry, I'm getting my tongue twisted. The two coolers that were taken off from back there are now there and there. And so yeah, we reused them, saved them a whole bunch of money. And there's a third one that we're installing today, but that's not what this video is really about. So that's pretty much it, y'all. This project was a very long project, not really because of us, but because of all the scopes involved. And I guess that's even relative, because a few months is a lot to me on an HVAC project, and but probably to some commercial guys, a few months is really nothing to worry about. That's pretty much it, y'all. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. We'll see y'all on the next one.